and we are very curious about the dresses and all those things, right? So varieties of dresses we are seeing and varieties of clothes we are seeing, and every day we are curious to buy all the new clothes, right? Okay, I think you have come to know that why I am discussing about the new clothes. So children, here how these clothes are going to be prepared. How these clothes are going to be prepared. What are the raw materials? Materials to prepare those clothes of different colors, different patterns and different material. Right? We have seen in our surrounding curtains, bed sheets and covers, mattresses, all things, and even what we are wearing, the different like frocks or any type of dress materials. Then what are those materials and how they are made up of? Right? Then, so I think you have come to know that which lesson we are going to discuss now. That is fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric. Then what are these fibers and what are these fabric? We are going to discuss now. Fiber to fabric. We already have told you that there are different materials. Same surrounding, we have seen that cotton dresses or cotton materials, right? And even polyester, nylon, rayon and silk, and even nowadays too much cold is there. So what type of clothes we are wearing now? The woolen clothes, right? Then what are these? Silk, cotton, woolen, where they are extracted from? How we are getting all these raw materials to prepare the fabric, right? So fibers here, the fiber is come from the yarn is going to prepare the small threads. We have seen that. Okay, in home, take a piece of cloth and just plug a single thread. You will come to know that. So that the number of threads together it is going to form a fabric. Right? So here, fiber to fabric. We discuss how these are. There are variety of cloth materials are there. Cotton, silk, wool, jute, synthetic and polyester. What are those? Variety of cloth material. Right? Okay. What are those? We are going to see that. Cotton, jute, silk, right? And synthetic and polyester, right? Synthetic fibers and polyesters, right? These are the different variety of cloth materials. Some are materials which are made up of cotton, some are materials which are made up of jute, and some cloths which are made up of silk, right? Okay, the different varieties of materials are there. And here, how these materials are extracted, where we are getting these materials, right? These fabrics are usually made up of yarn arranged together. Okay, yarn arranged together to made a fabric. Okay. If I want cotton fabric, the cotton yarn arranged together to form cotton fabric. If I want jute fabric, the jute yarn is going to arrange together. We have seen that. Take a piece of any jute material, just remove the single thread with a small pin knot, just pluck it one thread. You come to know that the number of threads are going to be arranged. Okay. For example, see here, this is a cloth material, right? You can see it. Okay. See, these are the, if I plug these things, how I am removing, right? See, This is what? A thin thread, right? Like this, each fabric is made up of the thin threads. These thin threads are together are going to form a one fabric. Then, how this yarn is made up of? Yarn is made up of, we know that, fiber to yarn, then yarn to fabric. Okay, fiber to yarn and yarn to fabric. So here the different varieties of fibers, whereas the yarn is going to be prepared by using those fibers and fabric is going to form. So dear children, here fabrics are made up of yarns arranged together and fiber to yarn is going to prepare, then yarn to fabric. Then, what are these fibers? Now we discuss what are these fibers. First we discuss the fibers. Usually, fibers are of two types. One is natural fibers, another one is synthetic fiber. So here we are going to discuss natural fibers. Okay, the fibers are of two types. The fibers are of two types, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Okay, then natural fibers. What are these natural fibers? The fibers which are made up of or obtained from plants or animals. Fibers which are obtained from plants or animals. Fibers which are obtained from plants or animals. Fibers which are obtained from plants or animals are known as natural fibers. Okay, the fiber which are obtained from plants or animals. Then, can you distinguish here which fibers are from plants and which fibers are from animals? Okay, let us consider here. Let us consider that is cotton. We have seen that in some of the field, the farmer used to grow the cotton. Right? It looks like a snowfall in the field. Whereas the white, the cotton is in white color, and that fruit, when it opens, that cotton will come out from that seed fruit. So here, that field looks like a snowfall. Right? So here, then obviously cotton is what? It is a plant product. Right? Then it is also a natural fiber. Then also one more is there, jute. We have seen that jute plant is there, and the jute is also extracted from plants. Then which one? Again the plant. So mainly here we are going to consider cotton and jute. These are obtained from plants. Cotton and jute are obtained from plants. Are obtained from plants. Then again, from animals, what are those fibers which are obtained from animals? Yes, what are those? Silk and wool. Right? Silk and wool are obtained from animals. from animals. So children, here cotton and jute, these are from plant products. Silk and wool are obtained from animals. So here silk fiber is drawn from which animal? We used to say that silkworm, the cocoon of silkworm. Okay. So here silk fiber drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. So here I will just drop this one. We will take that. The plant fibers, cotton and wool. Then further, those are going to be processed. We'll discuss one by one. So how they are going to make use of like clothes. Okay, how they are getting from fiber to yarn and yarn to fabric. Okay, so here silk fiber. Silk fiber, where it is going to be extracted, is drawn from, silk fiber is drawn from, silk fiber is drawn from the cocoon of, silkworm, the cocoon of silkworm. Right? So here the silk is going to be drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. And what about this wool? Wool, how it is going to be obtained? Wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep. Is obtained from fleece, F-L-E-E-C-E, fleece of sheep, right? Or goat, right? Okay. Sometimes it is also obtained from rabbits, yak, camels, etc. Sometimes, because in some territory we are not getting such type of sheep and goat. There we can use that, yak and camels and desert places. So then they are going to extract this wool from those animals which are domesticated in those tropical areas. So here sometimes the wool is obtained from, wool is obtained from rabbits, obtained from rabbits, yak and camels. Okay. Then these are what about natural fibers. What are natural fibers? The fibers which are obtained from plants or animals. Those are called natural fibers. Okay. And if the fibers are obtained from man-made or artificial, those are called synthetic fibers. So here, last 100 years ago, we are going to observe that the fibers are made from chemical substances, that is artificial, which are similar to these natural fibers. Some fibers are substitute of silk, wool and some are that cotton. Okay. So such materials what we used to say that synthetic. For example, here these are made from chemical substances and these are called synthetic fibers, and those are like polyester, nylon and rayon, right? We have seen that rayon, nylon, these are what? Synthetic fibers. Now, then how these plant fibers are going to used further? How these plant fibers are going to use further? Okay, so what are those plant fibers? Cotton and jute. We have heard in the previous that Mahatma Gandhi stories that what is that? With the help of he only started that with the charaka, right? And started to prepare the thin threads and started to give the message where the Indian cloth, that is khadi, we used to say that khadi or cotton. From that instant, from that time, they have given more importance to that cotton, right? Then the later, almost the manufacturing product, how the cotton is removed, that yarn is prepared from the fiber, right? And that fiber certain then making a thin small threads or strands, then later it become a fabric, that is cotton fabric. So first we discuss that plant fibers. Now we go to the plant fibers. In that first one, what is that? Cotton. So we all have seen that in some dry areas, right, where the cotton is going to be grown almost right before rainy season, right? Before rain start, the farmers used to grow that cotton. Okay, some plant fibers. Plant fibers in that first one, that is cotton, right? Cotton. So what is this cotton? What do you know about cotton here, children? We have seen that where we are using this cotton, we have seen that wicks of our oil lamps. For oil lamps and in your DI home, where that with the help of cotton we are preparing that wicks, right? And then for clothes we are using that cotton, okay? And even mattresses are filled with this cotton, right? Bed, all those, the mattresses and pillows, they are filled with the cottons, right? You all have seen this cotton, right? In your home, where you are using that cotton for to lighten that oil lamps. For oil lamps, what you require? That cotton wicks we need require, right? Okay. And hope you understood that cotton wicks means in Kannada we used to say that batti anta heltevalla, that is, okay. So here that cotton wicks are used for oil lamps and the clothes, filling of mattresses and also for pillows, where this cotton is going to be used. And where it is, this cotton is grown in the field. It grown in the field. Grown in the field. You can see them. Fields. Place having black soil and warm climate. Where this cotton is going to be grown? Usually grown at places. Usually grown at places such as places having black soil. Places having black black soil and warm climate. And warm climate. Where this cotton is going to be grown? The warm climate, and the soil must be black soil. Then it is possible to grow the cotton. Okay. Then next, almost where we can find in our India, which states are growing more cottons. Okay. This is the homework for you children. You have to make a list of states. I will send you the homework. Okay, don't worry, the notice board you will get that question. But remember here also, what is the homework here? You have to make a list of states in our India, which states grows more cotton. Okay. Then here, how this cotton is going to be from the plant, how it is going to be extracted. Okay. Usually fruits of the cotton plant, they are getting fruits of cotton plant. We used to say that cotton ball. Okay. It can also be known as cotton balls, or about the size of a lemon. Okay. You all have seen that. Fruits of cotton plant. Fruits of the cotton plant are about the size of a lemon. Are about the size of the lemon. One lemon size. Okay, this much. That one fruit, cotton fruit will be there. Okay. Then, after maturing, when that fruit get matured, then it get burst. Okay, with the cotton burst, that balls burst open. After maturing, the balls burst open. It get burst and it get open. Okay. So here, that fruit, usually it is cotton is there, that cotton fiber is there in that cotton fruit, or it can also be known as cotton balls. So when that cotton balls get matured, it get burst to open. Then the fiber will get open. So here I know after maturing, the ball burst. After maturing, the cotton balls burst. Cotton ball burst and they will get open. Okay, burst and opens. Then seeds covered with cotton fibers, when it get burst and get open, so what we are going to observe that seed covers with the cotton fiber. Seeds covers with cotton fiber. We have seen that the brown color, black color seeds will be there in the cotton wool, right? If you take this much of cotton one, then we can see that the seeds are inside that cotton fibers. Then picked by hand or fibers are then separated from the seeds by combining. This process is called ginning. So there is a one process where in that process, what is that process? That process is ginning. Okay, so in this process, ginning is a process where seeds are going to be separated from the cotton fiber, and seeds are going to separate. That process is known as ginning. Okay, here first what happened here? that in the fields the cotton is going to be grown. Once that cotton is grown, and what are the conditions so that we can grow the cotton in our fields? The soil must be black and warm climate. The climate must be somewhat warm. Then that's the reason almost we are getting that cotton fiber in the season. We can say that in the month of sunny summer seasons, right? So that the climate will be warmer compared to rainy and monsoon. So here then once that grown completely with this condition, the climatic condition, that fruits of cotton plant will be seen. You have seen that almost the size will be about lemon and more than also. Depends on what type of seed we are cultivated there to grow that. On that basis, we are getting the fruit, and once that fruit get matured, it get burst to open. That cotton fiber will get open. You might have seen that. Once that fruit get burst, the whole field is going to be visible like a snowfall. In the field, whether snow is going to fall or not. Like that, we are going to observe. Am I right? I think we all have seen that the cotton field. And almost in Karnataka also, the cotton is going to be grown. The maximum amount where we can find in Gujarat. Okay. So here, this once that fruit is going to burst, to open, then it is going to be, they are going to plug in the hands. Nowadays, due to technology, there are some instruments or some machineries are there to plug that cotton from that fruit, right? So from that fruit, the cotton is going to be plucked out, and later that cotton is covered with some seeds. Those seeds are there inside that cotton fiber. So where that collected cotton, which is covered, some seeds are present in that cotton. That seeds and cotton fibers are going to separate. One more process, that is what we used to say that ginning process. Here also machines are there. Otherwise, in previous days they used to separate the seeds and cotton fibers by hand. Now there is a process. Machineries are there. In that machines, if once the cotton fruit, where it is open, burst and get open, they are going to collect all those cotton fruits, and it is going to be given in that machine. And in that machine, the cotton is going to separate, and later seeds are going to separate. That process we used to say that ginning. Okay. So this is what about cotton. Okay. Then after that ginning, we get a threads. That cotton threads are going to form. Here that fiber is going to form after ginning. Then that fiber again processed by yarn, and with the yarn, the number of yarns together is going to form a clothes. Understood here? So this is what about cotton. Today children, we have discussed the varieties of clothes, and these clothes are going to form, that varieties are cotton, jute, and then some others like nylon and artificial linen. Whereas we are going to discuss the natural. In that natural fibers, cotton and jute are the two natural fibers, and in that we discussed about cotton. Okay, so here we conclude the class that is about cotton. If you have any queries, now you are free to ask.